Hello everyone. In our previous video, we have discussed about the 5 methods of asexual reproduction, which was this fission method, fragmentation method, regeneration method, budding method, and spore formation. Now, the last asexual reproduction method is vegetative propagation. Vegetative means plant part, and propagation means propule. That means a vegetable one part of plant which helps to give new offspring. So that's why it is called vegetative propagation. So here the vegetable part is going to give new offspring, asexual reproduction method. This can be done by two ways, natural and artificial. Natural means it's done by own, by nature. Here the human efforts, our efforts is not required. So this method is known as natural vegetative propagation. In this method also, the plant part is going to produce new offspring but is doing by own. There is no need of any human efforts. That's why it is called natural method. But in artificial method, here also the vegetable part or plant part only going to reproduce and going to produce new offspring. But here human efforts are required. Without the human efforts, this cannot be possible. That's why this method is known as artificial vegetative propagation method. So let's begin first with natural method. How naturally this is going to reproduce new offspring. The first method is stem. You know that potato and onion which you used to eat, these are not fruit or any vegetable part. It is the stem of the plant part. It is the stem of plant part. The potato you are used to eat, this is a stem of plant. Onion which you used to eat, it's a stem of plant. So when you grow this stem, this potato or onion, even the ginger also is a stem of plant. When you grow this inside the field and give the manure and water, it will grow as a new plant. When you keep this potato at home, you have seen sometimes on about that potato, some white color birds arises. If we get moisture, after it keep for a long time period at our home, some white color, greenish color birds going to arise. If this bird you get in the soil, it will develop as a new plant. So if one of potato, one of onion you are going to grow in a field, it's make a group of potatoes. So only one part of plant, propagule, is going to produce new offsprings. This is called asexual method, vegetative propagation. So this is about stem. Second is root, sweet potato. Sweet potato is a root of plant, and dahlia also is a root of plant. Same way like this root potato. Sweet potato here, this is a root of plant. Okay, this is one of sweet potato. If you grow this, if one of this you are growing in a field and you give manure and water, after some time you will see again the bunch of this root, again so many sweet potato will grow. So only one part of this sweet potato is growing to a new plant. This is called vegetative propagation. Next is leaves. Leaves example, the best example is bryophyllum. Now how bryophyllum is going to reproduce new plants? Let's see here, this is a bryophyllum leaf. This is a bryophyllum leaf and this is a leaf margin of bryophyllum leaf. Okay, on this leaf margin, this is on the notches, and here some leaves, small leaves is arises. These are known as buds. These are known as buds. Okay, this buds is growing on this leaf only, and when these buds fall down, where these buds got fall down, there one new bryophyllum plant is arises. So this way the leaf is playing role to develop a new plant. So many birds are about the leaf. When these birds falls down, they grow as a new individual. How many birds fall down, that much number of bryophyllum plants will grow. So it's a very important question for your board exams also, that explain vegetative propagation in leaf with the help of diagram. So what you will write? Example you will write about bryophyllum. You will draw this diagram, and explanation you will write on about the leaf margin, on about the notches of the leaf. Some birds arises. When these birds grow on this leaf and when they fall down, one new plant, new bryophyllum plant will grow. This is called leaf vegetative propagation method. Here leaf is a propagule. What is propagule? Plant part which helps to give new offspring. Okay, so here the leaf is a propagule, here root is a propagule, and here stem is a propagule. So this way naturally we don't need any type of efforts by human. Only this vegetable parts, plant parts or propagules we have to grow in a soil. It's automatically develop in a new plants. So this is called vegetative propagation. Now, if we move on the next topic, artificial vegetative propagation. As I told you, in this type of vegetative propagation, human efforts are required. Now, how the human efforts are required? That we will discuss now. Okay, the first method is cutting. The first method is cutting. In this case, what we have to do, we have to cut a plant from stem or branch, and then this we have to grow in a new field. And this cut part is again developed in as a new plant. This method is called cutting. But here the cutting is done by the human. That's why it is considered as an artificial method. It's not required too much work, but it's a very easy method. We have to cut plant from anywhere, and then this cut part we have to grow in a field. That cut part is grow as a new plant. This is called cutting method. So only the single parent by cutting is going to give a new offspring. This is called cutting artificial vegetative propagation. Clear? Next method is layering. Okay, this cutting method generally you can see in rows. Generally you can see in rows. Now layering. This layering method, in this what happens when the plant branches, and too much long branches is there. If it's we have to pull down it, and we have to keep soil on this. Okay, we have to keep the soil on that branches. Okay, if after some time, after giving some water, manure and all, we will see the plant part which we keep inside the soil. The roots are going to arise, and this part is developed as a new plant. When the leaves and all get arises in this branch part, we will separate it by parent plant, and this will become a new plant. Again, this plant branches we will keep in the soil. Again, the branches will arises, and we will separate it from the parent plant. So this way we can make a new offspring from the parent plant. This method is known as layering. But remember always, this can be done. This method can be done in soft plant or flexible plants. Flexible plants which branches we can pull down and we will keep in the soil. The big trees, the hard trees branches, we cannot do this. If we will pull this, these branches will break. So this can be done in a soft plants specially. Example like strawberry plants. Okay, so this is about layering method. Next method is grafting. Here the explanation of this artificial method, cutting, layering and grafting. The explanation is not in your NCERT. I am just explaining you what is the meaning of these terms. Otherwise, you have to learn only the names and its examples, and that part only I am going to give you in the notes. So don't worry about this. Don't tell that ma'am everything is not mentioned in the notes. Notes I am not going to give you because only the names and examples you have to learn. Explanation why I am going to give you. So whenever you see this term, at least you know what is the meaning of these terms. Okay. So now next method is grafting. The grafting method is generally used to improve the desired characters and to improve the quality of the plants. So in that case, what we are doing, we will take any plant, like I am taking a rose plant. Okay, one of rose plant I am taking. Now I will cut this stem. In this way, and the upper part I will remove. Here is the root of this plant. The plant on which I am doing grafting, this part is known as stalk. And other top. Okay, so the part which I am going to merge with this stem part, and this plant part is known as scion. This is known as scion. Stalk means on which we are doing this grafting, and scion, the plant which I am doing on this above the stalk. This is called scion. Okay, this is one of rose plant and this is another of rose plant. Imagine this is a red color rose flowers and this is yellow color rose flowers. So now I merge this red and yellow stalk and scion on a one plant, and now we will wrap this. We will wrap this joints and we will leave it for a few days. So what happened after that? This both stalk and scion, xylem and phloem will merge to each other and it become a one plant. So two characters of flower we will get in a single plant. Red flowers also and yellow flowers also. This is called grafting method. So this is all I have done by our human efforts. That's why it is considered as an artificial vegetative propagation method. Clear? Cutting, layering, grafting. Now the next is tissue culture. Tissue culture explanation has given in your NCERT, so this you have to learn also. Now in tissue culture, what we have to do, we have to take any part of plant. We have to take any part of plant, we have to scrap it. Okay, after scrapping, the cells which we are getting, that we have to pass in a petri dish. Okay, after scrapping of this plant part, the cells we are keeping in a petri dish. In this petri dish, these cells we will keep on agar medium. This is called agar medium. What is agar medium? These are nutrient mediums which are full of nutrition and which are full of auxin hormone. Which are full of nutrition and full of auxin hormone. Auxin hormone is a growth promoter hormone. So it gives ability to grow this cell. Okay, so this cells is going to divide and they can multiply in their numbers. So this cell increase in their numbers and make a group of cell. This group of cell is known as, okay, here is one cell, but it's divided in the agar medium, grow and become multiple in number. This multiple number of cell or tissue is known as callus. This is known as callus. Okay, why it become as a callus? Because we keep this cell in an agar medium, which is a give growth to these cells. In this, all the nutrition which required for the growth, all the hormones which required for the growth are present. By getting this growth medium, these cells become callus. Clear? This callus or group of cells, okay, we will pass on another petri dish where they develop into small plants. This group of callus, it develop into a small plants. Now each plant we can grow in a field. We can grow it as a new individual. So here one cell is now converted into so many plants. This method is known as artificial tissue culture vegetative propagation method. But this is done in a laboratory with all the precautions. It's very difficult method. It cannot be done by home and all. This is done by a proper lab where the agar medium and all the precautions, all the taking care are. Then only this can be done. So I am repeating once again, this tissue culture, we have to scrap a cell from any part of plant. Then we will keep in a petri dish where agar medium is present. Agar medium is a nutrient medium where all the growth hormones, all the nutritions are present. On the presence of this, it will grow. And after growing, it become multiple in number. So this here I see given the example that one cell become now group of cell which is called callus. This callus, when we pass in another dish, each callus will make a new plant. It's a short plant. Okay, so when they start to grow as a new plant, this we are keeping in a field and we can grow as so many plants. So here we can see the one cell can be developed in so many new plants. This method is known as, here what we are doing, we are culturing tissue and a cell to tissue. We are culturing tissue only. That's why this method is known as tissue culture. That's why this method is known as tissue culture. So here we have discussed about artificial method, cutting, layering, grafting and tissue culture method. This tissue culture can be done in orchid plant. So these are some of examples and these are the methods, natural and artificial vegetative propagation. In both the methods, vegetable part, vegetable propagule we are using to develop a new plant. That's why it is known as vegetative propagation method, and single parent only going to reproduce. That's why it is considered as a type of asexual reproduction. Okay, now we are going to discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation. So let's start with first advantages. Let's start with advantages. Now what are the advantages? First, we are in all these cases we are taking either potato, either cutting method, stem we are taking from a parent plant. So all the desired characters are automatically transferred from parents to offspring. So what is the what is the advantage? All the desired characters of parents is automatically transferred to offspring also. Second advantage, it's a very rapid method and it's a very fast method. We just cut and grow, so we just cut and grow the plants. We just grow the potato and it will develop in a new plants. So here no need, it not depend on the gametes. When they fertilize, then only the new offspring will produce. So it's a very fast method. It's a very rapid method. So second advantage, it's fast or a rapid method. Next advantage, it doesn't require so much money. So it's a cheap method. It's a little bit cheap method. And another important, which is very important, the plants which do not produce seed, like banana. We are generally saying the new plant develop when we grow the seed and then it develop as a new plant. So that means the plants which do not have seed, they will not grow. No, they can also grow by vegetative propagation. So like banana do not have seed, but then also it develop as a new plants. How it going to develop? By vegetative propagation method only. So what is the next advantage? That the seedless plants also can grow, also can give the offsprings by vegetative propagation method. So these are some of advantages of vegetative propagation method. Now let's discuss about disadvantages. Now disadvantages. See, if I am saying the desired characters are passing from parents to offspring, disadvantage. So but maybe some undesired characters also will transfer from parents to offspring. अगर desired transfer हो रहे हैं, that means undesired also can be transferred. So what will be the disadvantage? That undesired characters also can transfer from parents to offspring. Second difference. Second disadvantage. What will be the second disadvantage? Can you tell me? Like simple example in bryophyllum. I said the birds fall down, and where these birds fall down, it develops as a new plant. Now, where these birds will fall down? Near the plant only? It will not fall so far. It will fall near the plants only. So all the birds fall down there only and all the plants will grow. So what will happen? All will grow together and it will create overcrowding. And they will grow very near to each other. So here it will be overcrowding. So what is the another disadvantage is due to this method overcrowding can be there. Another disadvantage like tissue culture and all this method where too much precaution is need to be required. It's agar medium and this lab and all these precautions are need to be care to grow this type of plants. So these are the some advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagations. It's a very important topic about the method, about advantages and disadvantages. Any one of this question can be asked in board exams. So go through the notes. Thank you.